How's it going, Richard?
It's doing all right. I like the most synth-wavy of intros we have going on now.
You're welcome.
It's the perfect introduction into our discussion of the technologies of the future.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
We always talk about the technologies of the future.
You're right.
It's the only way to be.
Of course. Where else would we be?
I find it ironic that the song you were showing me before this, the Who band?
The Who.
Yeah.
The
Not
HU.
the English band
No,
from
no,
the
no.
60s,
No.
but a Mongolian band from the
Mongolian
Nows.
metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mongolian metal, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they use all like the traditional Mongolian instruments or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, should I talk about my topic first? Or you
I
talk
think
about-
we'll
Okay.
go into yours first.
Well, what I wanted to talk about is a thing happened this past week with, if you haven't heard about it, internet superstar James Charles.
Yes, of course.
Our favorite guy who puts on makeup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Icon of masculinity.
Well, I don't want to beat the poor guy into the ground. It's crazy being on the internet.
I know. He lost 3 million of his tens of millions of subscribers, you know?
He now has the record of the most lost in the shorter amount of time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The most.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, and this all comes shortly after the ProJared scandal.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Gosh.
all right, I guess this is the time we just realize, yeah, people suck.
Yeah, it's what I didn't want to talk about is him in particular. I wanted to talk about the phenomenon of people sort of getting internet famous and then just losing it overnight because people just jump on a bandwagon to attack and it becomes a thing. And I'm not defending what people do or anything. People obviously can be crappy, but at the same time, it's almost it becomes it takes on a life of its own. That's what I'm looking for.
Like, the thing is, like, the proportion of people angry about what Pretty Boy did versus what ProJared did is the other interesting comparison, because Pretty Boy just hit on some straight guys and really took it a little too far.
Yeah, that's the best I can figure out he did.
Why is that the biggest of deals? Like, sure, it makes him kind of a scumbag, but like,
Right.
ProJared cheated on his wife and solicited nudes from underage women.
I was watching Ethan from H3H3 talk about it, and it wasn't like he just sent out nudes and stuff. He didn't want to show it, which I respect. I wouldn't want to show it either, just to perpetuate.
Oh, see, I found out about this browsing 4chan.
Yeah, that's the thing. You
because
just browse it. It's like, bam! It's
I
right
was on 4chan looking for some good memes, because every now and again, you can find some of the freshest stuff on 4chan. And
Oh, yeah.
like, I'll go there every now and again, browse it, and this particular day I happen to be on r/video games, or not r, whatever their video game section is on 4chan.
Yeah.
I don't remember, I forget the naming scheme. You can tell I go there a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm on there, and all of a sudden I see Jared, and I'm like, why is he being talked about? And I'm like, oh. And then pictures started showing up. I'm like, oh, better get off 4chan for quite a while, because 4chan doesn't censor things.
No. But he is a true artist with his nudes. You gotta say that.
Very tasteful. Nice framing.
But I think it like gives people something to do. Everybody can it's kind of like you're in high school and team up and make fun of a guy.
Yeah.
And once again, it's not cool what he did to his wife and everything.
Yeah.
But-
Absolute scumbag. But again, like the comparison, it's like, why were people more outraged about Pretty Boy? Like,
Right.
is it just because it's a different community than the gaming community, or because that might have something to do with it? But
Does James Charles have more fans? I think he did.
I think he did too, but proportionally, he still lost more.
Yeah, it's true.
Because like, what's his name only lost like 100,000.
I wonder too if there's some phenomenon where the more popular you are, the stronger a backlash can be as well.
Probably, because I mean, you probably have a lot of fair weather friends, I suppose, with that. But
And I think it's so many people want to be famous just for the sake of being famous.
yeah,
I wonder if it kind of gives people a sense of being famous by being able to like join in with others to bring somebody down.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of that review bomb effect, I suppose, but in a different sense of it.
Yeah.
Like, going to review bomb something is like we collectively agree that this is an awful thing.
Right.
Mass unsubscribing is kind of in that same vein of mass recognizing what this person did was terrible, and probably like 20 to 30% of it is like, well, better join the bandwagon.
Yeah.
But I mean, there is still going to be a large amount of people who are like, yep, no, I'm not going to support you through that. But
Right.
I don't know.
So I guess really, I wonder what can be learned from this? What can we teach the kids the right way to go?
Don't be a man who does makeup tutorials.
Right.
Don't be a public male figure.
I feel like everything is just too much too soon.
Yeah.
Like, there's something to be said for the person who kind of just, breaks their own path to fame and fortune and everything, has spent 10 years nowhere and then finally gets through, all that. Because then I think it provides a grounding to them.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he's still a teenager.
Yeah.
So it's also like, he's pretty young to be doing all this stuff. So he's probably just stupid teenager.
Yeah, and that's the other part too. Like, it's fun to make fun of the Paul brothers and everything. But I think they're another example of that where it's just too much too soon and sort of believe their own hype.
Yeah. See, we've moved past Disney stars that have ruined their lives. We're on the YouTube stars that are ruining their lives section of time.
Yeah, and that's one thing I feel bad about for young people who just get fame and fortune and everything just thrown upon them.
Yeah.
Because I can think to myself, if I was like 15 to 19 and that happened to me, my life would be destroyed.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm surprised Macaulay Culkin has made the comeback that he did. Like, his thing is incredible, like, that he came back from all that.
Right.
I mean, jeez.
And so, it's, I don't know. Not trying to make excuses for people's behavior, but sometimes I'm just saying, if you're in their shoes and you just became suddenly famous, would you be so quick to, It's kind of like, this is going way back, but with the whole Clinton, Monica Lewinsky thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think Billy Graham, of all people, said, let's not be too quick to judge because fame and fortune has its own...
Yeah.
Again,
but I mean, Clinton's also a scumbag.
Oh, yeah, he's a scumbag.
Like, how many women has he forcefully had intercourse, as the left might put it?
Exactly. But it's kind of like, it's just, especially on people who are like teenagers, young 20s.
Yeah.
How many rappers just, blow themselves out and stuff. And it's not good.
I mean, especially, like I said, because he's so young, like, this is the point of, again, it reminds me of, we talked about with Joey Salads, like, he made stupid mistake, worked to forgive him, and then he changed his ways. And, like, he's still in his, I think he's in his 20s or whatever.
Clickbait videos.
Yeah. And, I mean, he's moved beyond that, so, like, let people learn. I can't imagine that this is going to harm them too much, because it's not like we're going to cancel them and they're going to die now. And they're going to die sad and alone.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing about internet culture as well, is it's so fast paced.
Yeah.
In a month, it'll be like, wait, what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Why is everything
Does that happen again?
Huh? Yeah, because we're going to move on to some other outrage or whatever.
Of course.
But it's... I don't know. I guess the lesson to be learned is just be happy with who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that fame is going to solve all your problems.
Yeah.
You
Also, make sure you have a solid friend group to call you out on things
Yeah.
like whatever the other makeup chick did.
Oh, yeah.
Like, actually call them out on it. Like, probably shouldn't have done it publicly.
Right.
But, you know,
Yeah.
at least she did call them out, I guess. So,
Yeah, she should have Instagram messaged him or something.
mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that. Use
Yeah.
the technology of the future.
Well, I think that's a good segue into our next thing you want to talk about,
Yes.
Richard, of fame and fortune coming
Yes.
quickly to.
I mean, it's the biggest topic of our time, I think,
Yeah.
is the 10-year anniversary of Minecraft is today. In fact, after this podcast, I'm going to go and just go play Minecraft with friends, because we're like, yeah, why not? The perfect sound effect.
For the kids that play Minecraft.
Yes. I mean, the thing is, Minecraft is a very good game. It was very much the community that ruined it. Like, that's how things often are. Like
Rick and Morty.
Yes. I mean, but to be fair, you do have to have a high IQ.
Now, at this point, I should say that if you're listening right now, you should sit down.
Mm-hmm.
I've probably played about 20 minutes worth of Minecraft on my own.
Very, very shocking.
Yeah.
Very tragic event.
And I'm not even proud of that. I feel like I've missed out on some
Yeah.
cultural phenomenon.
I mean, it was like a flash in the pan that's like kept going, so to speak.
Okay.
Or
So it's still popular, just not as popular.
yeah, like, and I mean, it's still apparently like getting more views and stuff than Fortnite is.
Wow.
Which is like, all right, I guess Minecraft is still going and providing content for the youths,
Yeah.
I suppose, but it's still like, you can play it and not get made fun of, but if you like, there are no like more mature channels for it on
Yeah.
YouTube anymore.
Okay.
They're very much like, Nick Jr. or whatever level of entertainment
Okay.
and things like that.
So it appeals to like the 8 to 10-year-old demographic.
Yes. The content around it is the 8 to 10-year-olds. The game itself, I would say, is literally any age. Like,
Yeah.
there is no...
From 8 to 88.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or whatever the Lego sets say. Like, you have to be 12 to 99. But, yeah, it's pretty fascinating. But, so as important as Minecraft is, and we could go into the discussion about that for ages, because Minecraft, you know, has had enormous socio-economic and political consequences.
Well, I've seen all the memes that have come out of it.
They're fantastic.
Yes.
But the real story that I think that kind of plays into cancel culture, I guess, a little bit in a sense, is Notch.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, it is the creator of Minecraft. He's the guy who started it all, founder of Mojang and everything, or Mojang, because he's Swedish or whatever.
It's always the Swedes.
It's always the Swedes. But yeah, he, after selling Mojang to Microsoft and making billions of dollars, he had bought a house, threw parties there. I think he still throws parties or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's pretty much just cruising easy in retirement.
Does the Scrooge McDuck swim through the giant...
I think he
piggy
has a
bank?
candy room in his mansion. Wow. In Beverly Hills.
Wow.
Yeah, he's living the high life. But unfortunately, that comes again with the consequences of fame kind of going.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely stayed true to himself. Like,
Gotta keep it real.
he might be a bit more outspoken than he would otherwise be
Okay.
because of his fame.
Yeah.
But he's very much like, you can tell his ideas are his because they're more conservative and people aren't happy about that.
So would you say he's more right-wing?
I would indeed say that. I mean, he does teeter on the edge of the alt-right, whatever that nebulous term means nowadays. But I mean, he has, from what I've heard and seen some of his tweets, dabble on race realism, which is close to dabbling again in that far right, that neo-Nazi things with race realism. Like, he hasn't like fully dove into your race is tied to your IQ and black people are inferior. He hasn't gotten there.
Right.
But he is on the teetering edge, which is worrying. But for the most part, it's just kind of bog standard, kind of conservative ideology. Like, one of his tweets, he literally just says, SJWs are evil, watch out, and stuff.
Right.
Or the left has become evil and stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing that it's gonna blow people's minds, is a person can be incorrect in some ideas, but correct in other ideas.
I know, it's fascinating that a person is multifaceted
Right.
and has more aspects to themselves than just one thing.
Right.
As shocking as that may be. But so all of this, his ideas about himself and about the world, has led Mojang, currently under Microsoft's rule and dominion, to, in the most recent update in Minecraft, to remove all references to him other than crediting him as creator and lead developer or whatever.
Wow.
It's like...
He's being unpersoned.
He is. Like how Michael Jackson was in that Simpsons episode that they apparently don't run anymore because...
They don't?
Yeah. That episode that he was in or whatever, like, they don't run it anymore because of the whole, whatever, what is the documentary called?
I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the one where it's like, he's a pedophile, that one.
Yeah.
Because of that, like, they said, we're just going to remove it. Like, not even a disclaimer of, like, this person might be awful, but, like, they did that with The Simpsons, and they're doing it with Notch. He's been unpersoned, so to speak. They're removing all references to him. Like, there was little taglines that glow on the title screen of the game before you go to single multiplayer or whatever that would say, like, made by Notch or Notch's favorite game or stuff like that. Or even, like, they put in his wedding date as another one because they have a lot of weird ones. Because, like, one of them is, like, by Super Meat Boy, which is another game, but, like, they have a lot of weird references. So they had, like, his wedding date was one that was removed. And, like, a lot of stuff like that. Like, even there was an item in the game that there's a golden apple and there was a super version of it called the Notch apple. They just renamed it to, like, the super golden apple or something. Enchanted golden apple, I think is what it's called now.
Wow.
But it's like, they're very much, like, except for in the credits, you can read that he was involved, but, like,
That's insane.
It is. It's sad more than anything. Like, to say that just because you disagree with someone, you're going to minimize the impact he's had on something.
Right.
Like, I don't know why they're doing it.
I mean, it's like Wagner with his music.
Oh, yeah.
Who was definitely a Nazi.
Oh, he was the biggest of anti-Semites. Like, hardcore.
Right.
But he's still, like... My music teacher last semester, I don't know, some semesters ago, she was saying, like, there is nobody more prolific other than Jesus Christ who has had more works written about them than Richard Wagner. Like, he has had more dissections of his character, more writings about his work.
That's interesting.
Like, Jesus is the only person who's been written about more than Wagner.
Wow.
Like, that's impressive. But, you know, he's also raging anti-Semite. Absolutely hated the Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, it's a shame, but, you know, that we're having to compare Notch, who has conservative opinions, his being unpersoned, to a literal Nazi.
I feel like our culture at large needs to take a step back, take a deep breath, and realize that
Twitter is not real life.
That the world isn't some safe little bubble where you don't have to hear anything you don't like or don't agree with or anything. That some people are actually going to think differently than you.
I know, it's shocking.
I just remember this right now. When I was younger, I used to watch the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And at the end of every episode, there was some sort of moral lesson kind of thing, super cheesy. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember there was an episode where, at the very end, not the whole episode, but they were talking about how if somebody, like is different than you or thinks different than you, that doesn't mean you have to like attack them.
Yeah. Like, I like how that's still an idea. Like,
Yeah.
we tolerate ideas, except the bad ones, guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's still on kids' shows and stuff today, but, like, I don't know, man. It's unfortunate.
It is.
Truly, truly sad.
Well, if there's one thing we can take away from today's show is be thankful for where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
And
go play some Minecraft.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The most important lesson to take away is go play some Minecraft.
Maybe I'll increase my Minecraft playtime to like 25 minutes.
Wow.
And try.
That's real.
I think the problem is I just didn't know what to do. I just stood there and like punched the air.
Especially in the early days, like, don't want to get too deep into the whole discussion of the history and social influence of Minecraft.
I feel like you could have a whole podcast devoted to Minecraft.
Yeah, you absolutely could. I'm sure there are tons already.
Yeah.
But like the early days of Minecraft, you definitely needed to like go on the wiki to learn anything about the game. But nowadays, like, there's a lot of like tutorial stuff that they like implement. It's not like this is how you play the game. It's more of like tool tips that'll pop up and say, hey, this will help you out. Or the crafting recipes, which was the one thing you definitely had to look up, like the shapes to put things in to make them. Those are now like a book that you can click to enable to show you, oh, I can make this. This is how you make it. But you can turn it off, which is nice.
That's
for
cool.
Someone experienced like myself, who's been playing Minecraft for 10 years.
A Minecraft master.
Oh, yes. Man, yeah, I remember like the very first days of like beta and alpha.
Wow.
Because like friends would talk about it, and that would have been elementary school.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
crazy
pretty wild.
Stuff. Yeah. So go play some Minecraft. Go maybe not watch some Makeup Boy. Don't watch Pro Jared.
Yeah.
Maybe do. I don't know.
Do whatever you want. I don't
Separate the art from the artist. You decide. I'm not your mom. You figure it out.
All right. Well, I think it's time for Lawrence Welk to say goodnight.
I think it is as well. I think it's his time.
Well, I guess we'll meet again, Richard.
I think we will.